Hi, welcome to my fly bench. You know, when we think about stillwater attractors for trout, it's all about triggering a grab, aggression, curiosity, territoriality. But in recent years, we've been doing really well fishing attractor patterns such as bead-headed blobs under indicators to target trout that are really zoned in on zooplankton. My buddy Matt Nelson's Pink Dancer is an all-around excellent stillwater attractor and really shines when suspended under an indicator to appeal to those zooplankton feeding trout. It's a simple fly to tie, so join me and I'll show you how to tie it. If you enjoy this video, please give it a like. If you enjoy my channel, please subscribe. And if you want to receive notification about future videos, simply select that bell and you'll receive email notification whenever I upload a new video. If you want to learn more about the materials and the tools I used on this video, please check out the comments section below for all that information. Now join me at the bench and I'll show you how to tie the Pink Dancer. Most attractor patterns, especially blobs, are simple to tie. Consisting of few materials, the Pink Dancer is no exception. Here are the materials you'll need to add this fly to the attractor section of your fly box. Alright, let's tie the Pink Dancer. If you watched, and I'll put the link up in the top of the screen, Fishing with Rod, a friend of mine, Rod, in British Columbia, we filmed one of his vlog episodes on Stony Lake last fall, and we were fishing micro leeches and this pattern under an indicator or stripped. It's my buddy Matt, his Pink Dancer. Matt likes his attractor patterns. So into the jaws of my vise, I've got a Daiichi 1120 number 10. You could tie these even bigger, up to a number 8. And I've got a 1/8 inch tungsten bead. Get these from Canadian Llama, some great colors, lots of sizes, lots of volume, great place to get your beads onto the hook. And then Matt uses white tying thread, so we're just going to attach the white thread. And that just, when the white thread gets wet, it's going to almost disappear. So we're going to get a good thread base down to the back of the hook, about even with the crushed down barb. Come back forward, and we're going to put a little flash tail in this. This is common with a lot of these bead-headed blob patterns. And we're just going to use some Krinkle mirror flash. You could use Flashaboo, but this stuff really pops and shines in the water. And I've got about 3 or 4 strands that I've moistened. I'm just going to lay them onto a shank, get them started, and then take the material forward to the tie-in point. Come back in, fold it over, gather both clumps, and secure them down to the rear of the thread base, and let the thread hang there. And we can come in at this point and trim them about even with the hook shank, should be good. And then for the body, it's a combination of this UV gel core Fritz in fluorescent chartreuse. That is the fluorescent chartreuse, of course, and this is the pink coloration too, a really intense pink. It's called intense pink, INT. So that's the coloration. So we're just going to put the fluorescent butt on this. So I'm just going to use my thumbnail to expose the core, tie the core in, up just forward of the hook point, just so it's out of harm's way. And then I'm just going to start winding this around, and I'm moistening my fingers to sweep the fibers back. Whoops, bead wants to get into the picture there. And probably 3 wraps, or just about even with the hook point, is a good sort of proportional goalpost for your butts. They'll come up. So I'm just going to unwind the thread back to the chartreuse, where the chartreuse is hanging, and just sort of work the thread. If I hold the material parallel to the hook, the thread is now going through those fibers, not across them. You won't mat as many down. You get a neater tie-off point. So we'll just bind that in place, trim, Sweep those fibers back. Keep any of those little remnants, fuzzies going around. And the front of this fly, again, these blobs we use to hang under indicators or strip. We can, when we're stripping them, we're using them in a tractor mode. And when we hang them, we're more static presentation, obviously. And it's an excellent option when fish are targeting zooplankton. And when I filmed with Rod, it was mid-September, so fish were still a little tuned in to the summer feeding on zooplankton. So this was a great fly to imitate that, even though I've never seen any pink zooplankton with green butts, but they sure like this fly. So again, fish don't always take our flies out of a feeding response. Sometimes it can be territoriality, curiosity, which maybe in this case, aggression when we strip it fast, but whatever the reason, this fly worked well. So I'm just going to pack that in, come up again, turn that sideways, trying not to trap hardly as little fibers as I can. We'll pull this back, come in and cutting on top of the fly so we don't accidentally trim our thread off. Again, we'll moisten, secure that. A little bit of super glue on the thread. Let the thread carry the adhesive where it needs to go. We don't mat any of the fibers down. Moisten my fingers again. Get that coated thread in there. Little pulling on it a little bit will the tension of that will squeeze the thread, the glue out of the thread to the base of the fibers. Then a nice 4 or 5 turn whip finish, not really counting. And trim. And there you have it. Matt's Pink Dancer. Great little fly, I gotta tell you. It's just works so well hung under an indicator or stripped with a fast sinking line. On that day I was using a type 5, deep 5, low stretch line. Cast it out, count it down, strip it back, and they hit this thing pretty hard, and they also liked it under the indicator. So, in the attractor section of your box where the boobies, fabs, whatsits, and blobs live, be sure to add some of Matt's Pink Dancer. It's a great little fly.